The development of a new product is a complex undertaking that involves elements of engineering, design, and business. At ASU's College of Design, the InnovationSpace program provides students with real-world experience in product development that combines each of those disciplines. The program also creates for participants a unique entrepreneurial atmosphere that promotes positive social change.
A firefighter's equipment can mean the difference between life and death. But sometimes the design of that equipment can make a dangerous situation even more so. At ASU's College of Design, that is just the sort of real-world challenge that students are learning to tackle.
InnovationSpace is it's a transdisciplinary research and education lab where we bring together students and faculty to work on new product development and new product design, which is socially and environmentally responsible. The program involves senior level students in industrial design, graphic design, business, and engineering who work on their senior year capstone projects or honors thesis. And what the students do is come up with ideas for new products that solve real problems for real people.
Not only is it a place where different majors get together, but it's a laboratory where we invent, we grow together, we learn together. We learn things about the real world, how to truly create a product from conceptualization all the way to building a prototype in the most functional working phase that we possibly can. It's as close to reality within the university environment as you can get.
The InnovationSpace program was founded in 2004 by the late Paul Rothstein, an associate professor of industrial design, who created a unique approach to design and development called integrated innovation.
When the students are given the assignment to come up with new product ideas, they ask 4 key questions. They ask, are these ideas desirable for people? So we think of user-centered product design and development. Will they benefit society and the environment? So is it good for society? The third question they ask is, will it bring value to business? So does it make economic sense to do this? And the fourth is it possible through engineering? And unless we have a decent answer to those 4 questions, we think it's not true innovation. And that's what sets us apart from the rest of the people doing similar stuff.
The student teams begin the actual design process with extensive research in areas such as consumer needs, market trends, and available technology, in addition to interacting with potential users.
So we start with research, analyze that information, then step into brainstorming. How can we come up with product ideas? What opportunities exist out in the world that we can then transform into good product designs? Then they go into the process of trying out some of their designs, testing them, evaluating them, coming up with aesthetic solutions, coming up with ergonomic solutions, coming up with ideas that will really make a difference.
The teams translate their ideas into detailed sketches and models, and ultimately new business venture proposals.
Each proposal includes a product design idea, a brand strategy and a communication strategy, an engineering feasibility assessment, and a business and marketing plan. This becomes the intellectual property that the students generate in the class.
One of the most critical elements of the InnovationSpace program is the involvement of a variety of partners or sponsors in the process of new product design and development. One such collaboration involves the Phoenix Fire Department and efforts to create a new generation of self-contained breathing apparatus, or SCBA.
These are the air packs that allows firefighters to go into heavily smoked and toxic environments to perform a rescue or to perform firefighting functions. One of the complications with the current configuration of SCBA design is that they are big and they are bulky, and firefighters have lost their lives by becoming trapped and entangled during firefighting efforts. One of the concepts we're working on with ASU would be to streamline that design so that it would be safer for firefighters.
Another product design collaboration with the fire department involves thermal imaging technology.
Firefighters use thermal imaging cameras, and these are somewhat bulky handheld cameras that allow firefighters to see through smoke, to peer through dark areas to look for potential victims in the event of a rescue. With the development of the digital display technology, we might be able to incorporate a smaller camera into a firefighter's helmet and perhaps have a digital display in the face shield or the mask, allowing both hands to be free.
The technology that would make such a display possible involves an additional collaborative effort with the ASU Flexible Display Center.
I'm a technologist. I know a pathway, a process. I know the technology hurdles that need to be overcome to get to the point where I can make a flexible display. But I'm not a product designer. The innovation space, on the other hand, is a very creative way to get students engaged in the design process. In a design process in which they'll create exciting new products that might actually end up out there in the real world, and that's why we're working together.
InnovationSpace students also have worked with ASU's Center for Cognitive Ubiquitous Computing, or CUBIC. The center is engaged in research that focuses on helping those who are visually impaired perform an assortment of everyday tasks with the ease of sighted individuals.
We heard of the innovation space and we felt, wow, this will be a great collaboration to work with them to help us take our research and the preliminary prototypes into interesting product designs that we can test with our consumer population. In this case, individuals who are blind who wanted to have a reader device.
CUBIC's Eyecare Reader is a device created to read a variety of printed documents to the vision-impaired user.
The worker makes assessments to understand.
What we have is a desktop device which allows you to read books where a camera picks up the image of the book and an optical character recognition software reads the book in terms of its content. So we are currently in the first stage of the prototype development where the InnovationSpace folks have helped us.
The InnovationSpace program is committed to the idea that design is a process that can solve problems and improve society, and that the best way to accomplish that is to provide future product designers with the most comprehensive array of skills possible.
Often designers are seen as people who only provide an external skin to the products, that they do a cosmetic job, they provide aesthetic treatment, and that's about it. And that does happen in the design world. However, what we try to do here is to inform students and to make them realize that the products that they design go out into the world and can have significant impact, because when we design things, they're manufactured in thousands, hundreds of thousands, and maybe millions. So they have a significant impact on society and the environment. So we in InnovationSpace try to equip students with the tools that they'll need to be good designers, to be responsible citizens, and to be critical about the work that they do.
If you would like to know more about the subjects of tonight's program, visit 8's website for links to additional information and join us for future editions of ASU Research Review.
For a free subscription to ASU Research Magazine, call 480-965-1266 or visit the ASU Research Magazine website, researchmag.asu.edu.